Hey Scruffy, how you doing? So I saw you were hiding from me all day. Yeah, I know it was you. So I encountered Scruffy a few times and he saw me and he ran away. Now you're meowy. Yeah, so now that you want food, right? Okay, well you already backed away from the door, so I guess maybe you're hungry, huh? So let's get this over with. So I'm actually in a lot of pain right now. So I had a minor bicycle accident today. So I'm feeling it right now. Okay, so I'm gonna put the food on the table. Clean water. Gotta chill out, Scruffy. Same routine that we always do. Okay, so I'm gonna change your water. Oh. So I'm gonna have trouble bending down because my leg is all messed up. Ow, that hurts. Ow. Okay, new water's in. Okay, so I'm gonna sit in the chair and grab the gloves. So, gloves down there. So you want me to pet you? Oh, wow. Went right into it, huh? So I'm having kind of a crummy day, as you can imagine. So I guess I'll start with the bicycle stuff. So I did some work on my bicycle early this afternoon. It was still too hot to ride, but as I've mentioned a few days ago, my bicycle chain's been slipping on the climbing gear, so I can't climb on hills without the gears slipping and causing me problems trying to climb up a hill. So I did a bunch of tweaking. Oh, he slipped. I was playing with the limiting screws, trying to fix it so it would stay in the highest gear, and I made it worse. This all started because I cleaned and oiled the chain. But anyway, so now, or after I made all the adjustments, first the chain was falling off when I kicked it into the going downhill gear. And then I can't even make it go up to the biggest climbing gear anymore. So since I have a very old bike that doesn't have a lot of modern good gearing options, it makes biking really hard because I kind of need those big gears because I don't have enough of them. So today I tried to fix that. So I did some more reading, and so it's, by the sound of it, basically the problem is my cable that controls the derailleur is too tight, so I needed to loosen it. And there's an easy way of doing that just by twisting a screw called the barrel adjuster. So so I had to figure out where the barrel adjuster was on my bike and which way to turn it. And I swear I used to know this stuff, but it's been so long, I've forgotten like everything. So yeah, so I made all the adjustments, and then I had to reset all the limiting screws, but it looked like I fixed the problem, so I was actually kind of happy. So later this afternoon, late afternoon, when it was starting to cool down, though not enough, I decided to go for my ride, and I was going to test out the climbing on the exposed hillside climb number 1, the steep one, and made it all the way up without any problems. So I was pretty happy. It's kind of hot, so yeah, even though it's not as hot as during the heat wave, it was still kind of warm today, so it was kind of uncomfortable climbing, but I made it. So I mentioned though they recently re-plowed the fire trail, so there's tons of loose gravel everywhere. So as I was coming down the top, there's a really steep section with a lot of gravel, and I'm usually very cautious on those sections, and so I continued to use my customary caution, but I still slipped, and so basically the tires completely slid out from under me, and I completely wiped out, and I slid down the hill partway on my bare leg and also my back and my side. So I wear a backpack, so the back was kind of protected, and then I have my new Hanes shirt for sun protection, and that actually probably saved my arm from getting scraped up. And to the shirt's credit, it didn't tear. However, there's a loose thread. I think it's completely unrelated to the crash, but there's a loose thread that's just like coming out, and it's like keeps coming out, and I'm worried the whole thing's going to unravel. But yeah, that's another issue. But yeah, the big problem though is my leg was exposed, and I skidded on my leg, and I skinned it up kind of badly. It's some blood, and it hurts. So about 10 months ago, I had actually a pretty similar accident, except it was actually much worse. So I was basically sidelined for like a month or two. The tear, the skinning of my leg was not, I'd say, deep, but there was a huge section of the leg that was just completely skinned, and then there was a lot of blood just because there was so much skin, and I was kind of borderline. I wasn't sure if I should go in. So this was the height of the pandemic lockdowns. Everyone's avoiding everything. Everything's shut down. So I basically was tending to it, making trying to keep a close eye and make sure I didn't get any infections. It hurt like crazy, and I had a hard time moving, and it was really easy to just moving my leg a little too much would cause it to start bleeding again. So that was really bad, but it eventually healed. So I think that was like right before I started this project. So anyway, so the scrape today was not nearly as bad, but it still hurt, and I'm still got a little bit of blood, and hoping I don't get an infection. So I'm going to be watching it like a hawk again. So cleaned the wound when I got home, and used Neosporin, and put in a bandage, and just took some painkillers because it stings like crazy. Okay, Scruffy, I think you're ready for food. You can calm down here. Okay, let's get your food. So I got your smelly fish. I know you like your smelly fish. So let's see. Since I was near, so yeah, it's a public park. So there's actually a ranger station there, and I passed by it hoping maybe I could get some first aid stuff like some gauze and some alcohol swabs or something to clean the wound while I was there. But unfortunately, yeah, they had this big sign saying closed to all visitors. So I guess they're still kind of in a pandemic lockdown mode. If I was more seriously injured, I probably would have looked for the rangers, because I know they're there. I see them driving the trucks every now and then. But I didn't feel the wound was sufficiently bad enough for me to try to hunt them down, just get home and deal with it there. Okay, I think I'm done brushing you. So, yeah, I still have some supplies that I bought last year to deal with my wound. Two of the big things are big, giant, oversized, non-stick gauze, and then tape, adhesive tape that sticks to the skin. So, still have a little bit of that left over, so I'm actually kind of running low, so I probably should buy more. Though I think I really need to come up with a better solution for these types of crashes, because this is the second one I've done, kind of semi-serious one I've done in the last year. So I'm in a really bad mood. So that's already kind of like on shaky grounds. I've just been on edge for the last couple weeks, and so when I'm on edge, it doesn't take much to push me into the bad zone. So anyway, as I was fixing my bike this afternoon, I was on the side of the house. There's a bit more space for me to put out my bicycle repair stuff there. And so Scruffy, I saw in the distance. He wasn't anywhere close, but he passed by the alleyway where I was. He was at the one of the ends of the alleyway. I was like in the middle, so there's a lot of distance between us. But it looked like he was, I think, going to either go down the alleyway or he was heading for the plants to maybe do his business. But I noticed, the moment he came into view, I think he saw me and he dashed for the bushes. I think I even heard him gasp. So he was surprised to see me, and he ran in terror. Even though I was not even close to him, and it wasn't even coming his direction, I was just working on my bike. And then after a couple minutes, he finally came back out, looked down the highway. So he came out of the plants, so probably finished doing the business or something. And he was looking at me. So he no longer had the terrorized look, but it didn't look like he was that pleased to see me. At some point I said, "Hi, Scruffy," just so he could hear my voice. No, it was me, because I don't know if you'd recognize. Yeah, that was a really loud motorcycle. So I don't know if you can recognize me or not. Your cat facial recognition on humans isn't very good. But I don't know if you recognize me or not, even with voice. So you look down the alley for a little bit, maybe 10 seconds, and then he decided to walk out of view again, back the way he came, back towards this direction. And I think he had probably returned to the deck. So he was avoiding me there. And then early this morning, I caught him on the big table. And so he was sleeping, and then I think maybe grooming himself. So I think, at one point I saw him sleeping in different positions. And then I think eventually, yeah, he woke up. And I decided I was going to try to film him while he was awake, but I was going to try to hide myself just so I wouldn't scare him. So I was hiding on the edge of the window, sticking out the camera, just so I could record him. And then eventually, I think he noticed the camera because he was staring right at it. And then he didn't like it too much. So after he stared at it for a while, he turned tailed and decided to jump off the table and go away. And I could see his reflection through one of the windows, and yeah, he was just kind of sitting on the deck at that point. And then I don't know where he went. And then later that day, yeah, he's slipping on the gray mat. And then I think this was before I went out to work on my bike. So I think he eventually came back here and continued to sleep on the gray mat until dinner. And then I saw him when I got back from my bike ride, and after I took care of my, washed up, cleaned my wound and everything. And then I started doing dinner, and he was still sleeping at the time, so he wasn't really early to dinner this time. Looked like he was sleeping through it. But by the time I got everything ready, because it takes me forever to get my dinner ready, his dinner ready, and do the ice rotation thing, and then I had to put dishes away today, and yeah, just kind of running behind on everything, seems like. So by the time I got here, I couldn't see him from the kitchen window because he was so close to the door, but he's been doing that the past couple of days, so figured he was here. So let's see what he does after he drinks the water. So yeah, right now my leg really hurts. I don't know if I have the patience to try doing a round with him or not. I think I'm tempted just to go in. But let him make his decision first. So it looks like he's walking away, so make my decision a little easier. But he's still in view, so okay, well, I'm gonna sit back a little bit and stretch my leg a little because I'm feeling the tension of the bandage I put on it. So I think my accident was before my first accident a year ago, or 10 months ago, I think. I think it was before I started this project. I can't remember. Maybe it was when I already started this project. But yeah, I think it was a little bit before, but I don't know. It's all haze. Can't believe I've been doing this that long. And yeah, I can't believe how skittish she is. How slow progress is with Scruffy here. So on my way back, I passed the park where I go running, and I saw the black cat with, I think it's the one with white feet, the one that sits out in the grass field, so I saw him in the field again. Park was kind of empty today. I'm surprised. He's coming back. And then a couple doors down, I saw another black cat. I know there's a black cat that hangs around this part of the neighborhood sometimes, so I'm guessing it was probably that cat. So Scruffy came back. So now should I try to pet him? I think he wants food. So you ate all your smelly fish. Yep, he's leaving. Okay, I guess he's taken off. Yep, he's taken off. Okay, folks, I guess that's it for tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.